So what are we going to do today? We are going to do Paragon Connect, which is generally on your phone. So we're having a few more coming in, so I will get caught up on what we are going to do. So typically I always access Paragon Connect on my phone. That's what Paragon Connect is for. It is Paragon in the palm of your hand. And you see, unable to connect today. So yay. It likes to at times. So what we can do is we'll show you how to work Paragon Connect on the desktop, because it's the same but different. I know, but that's what we've got going on. So just so you know, the Education Corner has been updated. We've got the new December classes and beyond. So we do have some January classes in here too. Remember, you also have access to the YouTube channel and no other cheat sheets, but we also have a nice big note here. There's going to be 1 hour of CE credit for the January 5th in-person class, which is pretty awesome. We're not doing any online. We are just dipping our toes into the water of Con Ed. There's plenty of people offering Con Ed out there, but we wanted to start giving a few little bits of Con Ed to our members on some of our core classes, because there's a couple things that our members could use. So Collab Center has already been approved for Con Ed, and we've got it for January 5th, but that is the in-person only. We're not doing it online, none of that. So you have access to our YouTube channel. This will be the playlist for the Collab Center. This would be the YouTube playlist for all of the lead generation tools. So you get it. And at the very end, go to page 10. We also have our online courses, and Paragon also has an online academy as well. So the new agent and new admin classes, these are to satisfy your needs. Here with my real source, who are prereqs, not actually a prereq, membership requirement. In your GoToWebinar panel, we do have the one handout on Paragon Connect. And that's what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off. Hey, Corinne is here today. Good to see you. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my webinar, my web camera, and make sure that you guys get enough internet speed here. Sometimes it just doesn't like to be doing the camera and all my computing at the same time. So Paragon Connect, you're going to find it on your phone. When you go to your phone, it's going to ask you, do you want to log into Paragon, or do you want to go Paragon Connect? And it's going to get you a little button that says, let's go. You can also access it through the resources icon in Paragon, and it's Paragon Connect. Now, this is not an app that you download from the store. This is a web shortcut. So really, it's a web address that you just create a shortcut on your phone. So on your phone, it's not going to be a full display like this unless you're using an iPad or a tablet. So if you wanted to access it on your phone, let's give you a little simulation here of what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like. And this is what it's going to look like. All right, so now what can you do? First and foremost, when you open it up, this is your main screen. It is geared towards your buyers. Now, this is a web app for you, not for your clients. This is about you accessing your stuff that's going on. What is going on with your buyers, your sellers, and then your information. So quickly, what's up with your buyers? Here's my Brandon. Nothing going on as I scroll down. There's no new searches, no upcoming tasks, no expiring searches, no comments. Nothing really going on with him. He's looking, but I'm going to tab through. Lisa, no site visits in the last 30 days. You guys probably know Lisa Harris. She's one of our realtors and one of our trainers as well. All right, now here is an active buyer. And this buyer is so vain. Yeah, she put her photo there. That's me. So this buyer, I know we have some activity. 3 favorites, 3 possibles, and 3 rejects right here. No site visits in the last 30 days, generally because I'm not checking it from my phone. I usually go right from Paragon, so it looks like I'm the agent accessing it, not the client. So at any time, I can hit the 3, But I want to tell you, Paragon Connect does have some limitations to it. Number one, HomeSnap's faster. HomeSnap is our go-to app. This just has some other things too. So your HomeSnap app is going to be something you give to your clients, and you can also access it too. Remember, one of the things that I love about HomeSnap is the fact that each of the MLSs in the state of Michigan and elsewhere too, but we have a Michigan license. Each of the MLSs are shipping information to HomeSnap directly. So like this morning, we already know the technology is broken today. I've got 2 breaks in my technology today, which is crazy. If, say, I'll just use RealComp because they're our next door neighbors. If RealComp's data is not being shipped over to Paragon for them or us, I don't care who's the problem, but if that's broken, because things do happen, things update, the pipeline gets clogged, and all of a sudden no listings are coming in. It does happen. So your client calls you and say, hey, I've got this listing, and you're like, oh, okay, that's a RealComp listing. You don't see it in Paragon, and your first reaction is panic. That's okay. Go to HomeSnap, because RealComp ships their listings directly to HomeSnap. So in case there's a break in our communications, it's not going to be broken there. So that's just one of those big, huge things that I do love HomeSnap. Do not give up your HomeSnap. It is a great tool. Add this to your arsenal of stuff, because there are some really cool pieces in here too, and I'm going to show you. So let's get back to this. So your buyers, you see what's going on. We have some favorites here. Just when you check into the favorites here and getting back out, it's a little cumbersome. We'll get there. So no new searches, no nothing. But if I tap into Debbie, now I can see what's going on with this particular client. See, here's one of those things, and it might just be that I live in St. Clair, my internet's just a skosh slow, but this is a little slow to load. It took a little bit of time. So out of all my history, there's still 177 undecided favorites. There's all of my clients' favorites, and these are not just the actives. These, I believe, are everything. Any buyer activity, message history. I have options here. I use reverse prospecting, so when she has a listing, I have other agents can contact me about my buyer. If I am using that reverse prospecting, all that they know about this client is the nickname is Big Red, and that is it. And then of course I put type and sources in there as well. But let's go up and go check out that buyer activity, because there are a couple of different searches. You know, this is one of my play accounts. For those of you who know me, I tend to play in the MLS a lot and using myself. So there's saved searches for Gmail, Debbie Gmail, Fajardo, any agent picks. So I don't have any notifications here. This is off. Any archive, that's old searches that are just, it's not a search now anymore, but there's still some stuff that's there. And that's fine. So at any time I can go into these, the 29 total, I can go into this favorites to see what they have, because you know the benefits of clicking into the 2 listings there is you can easily schedule those up with showing time. So the same as you do in Paragon Professional, you would be able to select these listings 1 and 2. And then what's really cool about that is you have your buttons up here. You typically know that this is going to be a share, so that's not what we need to be doing. But over on the right-hand side, the 3 dots, I can add it to a cart or go into those third-party integrations. I can bring them to showing time to easily schedule those. We show this shortcut and a trick in Paragon a lot. It is a great tool to be able to click into the favorites and say, hey, yeah, bring these to showing time, as opposed to scheduling them one at a time. So I can bring these into Cloud CMA, do a buyer tour as well. Is really awesome. Let's close that back out. Of course, you can click into these listings. You get the synopsis. It's kind of like Paragon Connect. You'll see, or the Collab Center. This is Paragon Connect. You'll see the synopsis: 3 beds, 2 baths. No square footage on this one, but that's okay. All right, so let's go to our home. So those are the buyers. So you get a little bit of activity into the buyers. Now sellers, sorry, you guys know I have a real estate license. I am not an active licensee. But if I had sellers right here and I had them on the Collab Center, they would be there as well. And my info. So this is just like the my info tab in the Market Monitor in Paragon. So you'll see all of those right here. So we also have messages from the MLS. You'll see that that's that new one. That staff email is down. And holiday closures, same as there. So if I still got to go back to the ellipses there. So sometimes the navigation is a little clunkier than HomeSnap or Paragon proper. We also have a hot sheet report. So when you select it from here, generally I'm going to get nothing unless I've saved some stuff there. So we'll go into that in a different way. So from the home menu, you have a couple of things you can do here. You get your buyers, sellers, and my info. You also have a power search bar right here. So you have you can search for listings, agents, and your contacts right from there as well. So right here, we're going to go ahead and tap into the box and search for it. We're not going to search. We're just going to click in for a listing. And you know, one of those things that I always did at first, I seem to naturally go to the right to hit search. Well, I did that a couple of times before I realized, stop hitting that button. From over here, you want to hit return to search for that listing. Remember, if you guys do have any questions for me, go ahead and type them into the questions box. I am trying to keep an eyeball on that for you guys. So here, let's click into that listing, down into Lakeshore. Here we are. So you can go right through the photos, go through there. I can scroll down and see everything here. There's those public remarks. Now I want to show you one thing. This is the all fields detail report. So this is the report when you're in Paragon Professional, the main one. We all have our default reports, but the mass one for Paragon Connect is the all fields detail because it does give you everything. So you'll see it fades out to let you know you can see more. This is everything in here. This is exactly set up the way the all fields detail is in there, because remember, it gives you all fields. So you'll see all of that. Plenty of fields. I just wish the rooms and dimensions were laid out a little better. I know they're working on that. And the dimensions, then we get to showing instructions, cooperation, compensation. So let's scroll down really fast to the bottom. There we go. We have the agent and office information. So we can easily, from our phone, email, call, just tap the cell button, text, your history, valuations, and of course that mortgage center as well. Now the valuations are very different on this one. You'll see the easy value from Paragon, RPR, your realtor's property resource. This is the RVM, the realtor's valuation model. And of course, Zillow is in here as well. And that mortgage center, absolutely amazing. It's included everywhere. So if it's offered at 4.5, we're gonna go 4 million. We got it for a steal, right? And we'll go 5.5. Maybe they got a guy with, 6%, okay, sure. No halvesies, I guess. And calculate your payments, there you go. Whew, 19,000 a month. Ouch. So what else can you do on this one? So you got your map view and your street view. Now the map view, you guys are pretty familiar with this one. Yep, you know where it's at. Same thing with Paragon. Zoom out, zoom in, and also the little Google man. The little Google man is your street view. I love it. Colleen always shows this one. You just drag them and drop them over here to see what's going on. There's also, when it loads, come on, I can also do the same for the street view. That's the same exact thing, except you'll see, it's great. I did the one right around my house today, so we'll have to go back to that one. Go back to the photos, you can at least see something a little prettier. What else do you have at the very top here? So, you know, this was the Paragon messages, the hot sheet. You might not think that this is actually for this particular listing, but it is. There's a lot of information behind the 3 ellipses. You can add this to a cart. And if you remember, using the carts can be two different ways. Either one, you're just saving it for a cart for yourself. Number two, this can be an agent recommended listing. So if I put it into a cart, and for maybe Debbie Gmail Fajardo's cart, it would be now a favorite listing for her. So add it to the cart. It's going to ask me to choose. I got Lisa's, Sally Sellers, Debbie's, St. Clair listings. Do I have any other thing? Oh, we'll put it in Lisa's. I could create one, but the plus would be to create one. And now, yay, it is now an agent recommended listing for Lisa. What else can you do up here? Driving directions. You can edit the listing. What? If you're the listing owner, you can do some listings in here as well, which is very cool. Although you know you can do that in HomeSnap as well. Except nothing much has been turned on for you. There we go. I was about to say, are we going to populate here? So there's all your listing information. You can change it from active to pending. You can see what's in your asking price. You can see that there's plenty to be edited in here. Close that down. Property, legal, financial, lease, rooms, features, and that is, nope, it is not laid out the way the all fields detail is. That's the way listing entry is. And your photos as well. So there's a lot you can do in here. We have to get out of the listing entry. And you'll see it is a published listing. All right, see if we can do the back button. And it pops me right out. So we got a little hung up, that's okay. See, and this is why we're not giving up HomeSnap. HomeSnap is much better. Paragon Connect, it was released a year and a half ago, I would say. We're not totally on board with it. There are a few things that we would still like to see. One of the things I want to be able to approve or deny listings for my clients that are on agent preview. So those are the listings that come to me first, and then I either say yes, approve them and send them to my client, or decline them and they just stay in my little bucket and that's it. So driving directions, there's that edit, photos, and then now the third-party integrations. It's kind of an industry term, but we get it. And here they are. Now, I just reported it again yesterday that Transaction Desk is not here. Sure, Zip Forms is, thank you, but we're still looking for Transaction Desk, and also that single family or the single property website. The single property website is designed for the listing agent to be able to share their listings out on social media to gain more business. So I can bring this right over to Cloud CMA to create a flyer or a property report. So you can see that this is going to be easier than opening up the entire Paragon on a phone, which is also called Paragon Professional. So if you're trying to do this and the only tool that you have is a cell phone, or maybe your desktop or your laptop is at home and you're out and about or wherever, and now you have to stop and do something. I know this is rather shocking. Agents typically don't have to stop what they're doing and go to work, right? Yeah, I say that very jokingly, guys. I know. So we have a couple of HomeSnap ones. You can access RealList. So there's 3 different shortcuts into RealList. Of course, there's RPR, showing time, and hey, if you're anybody in Real Estate One and some of the other brokerages that are using Zip, all right, then you've already got a good start here. So let's go back to the main page. Okay, from your home. So we've already taken a look at buyers, sellers, and your info. You also have that search here. Now, what happens if I search for Colleen DeLange? So I have listings, I have members, and offices. I like that. So you can see all sorts of things. Now, this one is a little bit more forgiving than HomeSnap. HomeSnap, you have to be their full name, and you just have to have it right if you're searching for a member or something like that. So that's one of the nice things I love about that. So But in the upper left-hand corner, you have some really cool. So you've already seen me use the home quite a few times. I'm going to circle back to the properties because that's going to be where the meat and the potatoes are. Contacts, I can go right to here, and I have all of my contacts that are listed in Paragon Professional. So at any time, I can click right into these, see what's going on. I can click into my client. And same thing on that main page. If I knew I was looking for a client that already had a search going, then I can go right from my buyers because those are my active buyers. So you've kind of already seen this one, right? Let's go back to that home. Your listings, well, again, sorry, these are only going to be published listings. None of your partials will be here, and you cannot create a full listing as of yet. It is one of the items that can be done. We just did not turn that on. The big boss says, why would anybody want to do it like that? I'm like, well, there are people. Members, here's a good one. Again, this is something that HomeSnap does do. However, this is a really nice part of it, contains. So if I'm looking for, I know it's Colleen something, what is it? Dulong, Daylong. Of course, I know how to spell it. Of course, I've been working with her for almost 10 years now. Colleen, no, here we go. Colleen DeLang, and there she is. Of course, you know her because she is also a member of RealComp. She does have that there because she helps train members coming over from RealComp. So she's got to know, she's got to keep up with them as well. So right from my phone, I could tap to call, tap to email. Very nice. Now, if I go to the back button here, you'll also see that it starts with, or I can do offices. Maybe it's one of the Keller Williams. Search. So it's really nice that you can find a lot in here. Gateway to home at KW. And the nice thing is, because you can just tap to call the office itself, and they get the broker, Clarkston. So not everybody has, wow, Manistique. There we go. See, this is one of our members. That's why we have the broker in there. Very nice. There's plenty of information in here. All right, so then you also have the My Content, which at this point is only the listing cards. I'm sure more will be added eventually. So there's listings here. I cannot add new ones from right here. That's just accessing it, so I can rename or delete. That was it. I can go into it and click into it to see what 2 listings are there. 1 and 2. There you go. That's it. So if you do have listing carts for your clients set up and they're like, hey, you know, I don't want any of those in there, you can take those out as well. So I said we would come back to the properties. So here's the meat and the potatoes of the class. Besides that front piece that I absolutely love, I do love it. Now, you can do a location search. This is painful. It's painful to get started because the one thing is when I open up my HomeSnap, it immediately goes to where I am, and if not, I just tap a button. So I don't have to go through the login, the facial recognition, tap to here, tap to get there, and then tap for location. So you're already like 5 clicks into this by the time you're just tapping once if you need to in HomeSnap. So it's going to be based on my current location. Class is residential, status is just active. So that's what I did the last time. So we'll just keep it at that and tap search. We will allow this decision for the day. So already, here we are. We do have some active listings in the area, which is pretty awesome. So we have layers, just like Paragon. I can add in attendance zones, my county, postal codes, private schools, traffic, all of that is still available in here. The little finger is to draw. So if I wanted to draw an area, not these houses in there. I certainly can. Very nice. And then just trash it. I also have the ellipse in the upper right-hand corner. Just to save my search, I don't have anything really selected as of yet. So there's not much to do there. Now, I can tap into any one of these listings here. And now you'll see it gives me the address and the tax ID number. And of course, it's kind of layered on top of each other. Gives me the perimeter, the area, and you're also be able to see the dimensions are on the sides. It's a little easier on the phone. So the dimensions are there. It's just, you know, a little harder on this particular view. Now, once you click into an active listing, now you've got some more options. You'll see my photo is taking a moment to load. So we have their photos, map view, street view again. We'll see if that street view is working. Is it just a desktop function? But when I did this on my phone today on the same exact one, it was great. It worked perfectly. So here's the home. You have your photos, your map view, your street view. Sorry, the photos aren't working. Scroll down, you have all of the information. Again, it is still that same, all fields detail comes up. You have all that same information we went to earlier. You'll see this button is here. Now this is a great piece. So if I was doing a location search around me and saw that, oh yeah, there's a new listing, you know, I should send this to my client, and you certainly can. So when you tap the share button there, you can tweet it, you can Facebook it, you can copy the link, and that should be that Collab Center link. I can also text it and email it. So let's see if the texting works on the laptop. Messages app, yes. And let's open up for the full desktop so you can see this. So there is my, it's already opened up my messages, and then I will go to Donnie. So that's what I love about using a Mac, because I can do this off the desktop. And now when I hit send, so here's the link that comes in. In class. Typically that's going to be a picture. Not today. Not today. You'll have that. Because he's my guinea pig when I'm teaching. It's a nice thing. So I can also email this out. So these are really unique pieces that I absolutely love if my client wants to email it. Now remember, I would also save these to a listing card. If my client likes to text, yeah, sure, then I'm going to be texting listings all the time. But I'm also going to make sure to put it in their listing cart. That's saving it to their cart, into that Debbie Gmail Fajardo is my client. Now, or my St. Clair listings, that's fine. I think that's St. Clair listings I love. Now you do want to make sure that your notifications are turned on for those. That is a very, very important piece. Okay. So you've got your location. You can change your criteria as well, just so you know. So go back to the properties where we were. We had that location, the hot sheet. Tours and open houses are pretty simple, but let's go check out the hot sheet report, what it's going to do for you. We had that one saved icon at the very top that didn't work. So the date range, this comes up to 2017, which I must have done something a long time ago. But you have 3 different options. So I can do it when I last ran it, which I actually ran it this morning at 8:44. That was that double checking to see what was going on and what was working. There's a filter and criteria in here. So my filters are, I only want new, price changes, status to withdrawn. I don't want withdrawns today. And let's close that and open the criteria. So I'm only looking in St. Clair, the county of St. Clair, the city, and the township, and nothing else. And we'll just hit search. Oh, there was actually 3 more in there. See, those are the little things. I had a few more in there. And now you'll see there's 2 changes since 8:45 this morning. So here's real estate 1 has one, and closed. Okay, yay, thanks. Actually, should I just search for news? So let's go back to the properties. Tours and open houses. Yeah, I don't really suspect there's really going to be a lot, honestly. Class, status, they better be active. Check. Live stream. Oh, choose live stream, yes, no. Don't really care. Nothing selected. Oh, from, yeah, this week. Okay, search. What do we have? This one I didn't test. Hey, well, seeing how it's the entire MLS, I do have 20 results. Good. Still, there's some open houses going on. And tours as well. Okay, so last but not least, let's go back to the properties again. I want to do a real search for a client. Now, typically, it's not something that you really want to do out and about. When you're sitting with someone and saying, oh, well, let's get a search set up right now. How often does that happen? So you're not always going to be running searches like that or setting up a client on the Collab Center on the fly, but you can. And here's how you do it. So from Paragon Connect, so remember, if you open up Paragon proper on your phone, so I'll go back to Paragon, and it comes to the full Paragon, how do you get to Paragon Connect? So if you got to this, you're like, oh, I don't need this, because you're going to do a lot of pinching and zooming. Go to your resource, you're going to have to zoom into your resources icon, and then go to Paragon Connect. And then it will open up to this one. So now what we're going to do, here are the options that are same in Paragon. We're going to go to a residential search. And you'll notice that your searching criteria is set up the exact same way that your searching is in Paragon. So if you've customized something, it's going to be there. Too many listings are found. Yep, there's 3.4 million. Whew, that's a few. So of course we want to find some criteria in here. And the one thing that I love on the phone, because I typically fat finger the heck out of it, you'd think I wouldn't, but so the easiest way to use this are the options on the right. So just tapping and check. Status. I get to my list. Active. Check. Closing date. For sale or for rent. That's both. Well, you know, if I choose a price range, now this is different than Paragon Professional. You do have to add in those zeros. So if I'm in for 300,000 to 400,000, so you do have to add in the zeros in there. So you might get tripped up on that once. And then this one here, either I can start typing Claire, and then just tap. It doesn't work always. Tap. See, it's even easier this way. Hit that check mark. There's my county. And remember, it's a lot easier to add in that county because when you come down, oh, it's supposed to filter out. This is only supposed to be municipalities in St. Clair County. I want St. Clair and the township. There we go. So these are the exact same way that it's set up in your regular Paragon. At least 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, that's going to be total, don't forget. Basement, yes. Waterfront fireplace, garage, yes. All right, so you see, it's just like Paragon where I've already got my results. So these are the same things. You have your feature codes, must have, must not have, school district. So if that's all I wanted was St. Clair County and the East China School District, that's cool. It works like that. I absolutely love it. So let's scroll down. And again, you have that secondary criteria, because sometimes if you're searching for Harson's Island, it's really hard to map it out. So you can actually just use that mail city search. And from here, I can save it. I can open one that's already been saved. All right, so I am going to go ahead and save my search from here. Name your search. Betty Byer, she's my favorite one. 12/6/22. And select a contact or add a contact. Oh yeah, I don't have Betty Buyer just yet, most likely. There we go, phone number, and create that contact. Just like in every other class I teach, I just tell you to make sure you see that Betty Buyer was saved, but you'll see that she's right here with an X. Step 2, set up the Collaboration Center. Do I want a personalized welcome message? It was great to meet you today. So yeah, if we're doing it on the fly, maybe so. Complete and send the invite. Here is one big, giant caveat. I cannot change the settings on this one. The settings are going to be, she's going to get immediate notifications and I'm going to get immediate notifications. Now you can always go back in and edit that when you get to your laptop and go set that up. So complete and save. There you go. Notification is enabled and notified. Yeehaw! That is fantastic. So we are good to go with that. All right, so we're doing really good on class time today. Loving it, loving it. So we still have another about 15 more minutes in class. So let's go through a few more things. So let's go ahead and hit search. So maybe we did want to see what listings went there. I love it. So it zooms out to see everything. Ooh, that township's way up in the township there. 2 listings, 2 listings, and 2 listings. All right, well, let's see what we got going on here. Now, the one thing that you are going to find out when you are moving around on the map, usually it's click and drag. You try to move it, it will tell you you got to use 2 fingers to drag the map around. Yes, as I'm trying to show you. So what you'll be doing is you'll be taking 2 fingers on that map and moving it. Here on the desktop, it is just a click and drag, and that is it. So let's go into this listing. Why not? See what it is. Oh, Regatta. Oh yes, part of the ones that are being built. Map view. So there's my road. Now, usually in my Paragon Professional, I've got the hybrid going. Let's see if our little Google man is working here. Probably not. I would love for you guys to check that out on your phone. There we go. Nope, it might just be loading. I don't know. I don't have that kind of patience today. Let's go back. Click and drag so you have all these listings here. Now, what can you do with these listings? Remember, you can click into the property lines, see what's going on around them, click into a lot of them, but on that particular listing, you can check out all of the information there. You can schedule showings, you can create flyers, you can create buyer tours for your clients. Driving directions, of course, when you're on your phone, I don't think you need to go these many steps into the driving directions. Edit the photos, and there's the third-party integrations, which is the big piece there. I absolutely love that. And there's all your pieces that you can do. Except I don't believe HomeSnap schedule a showing is there for you. I do not believe that has been released. Sorry. I hate to show you things that you don't have, but sometimes we do have that. Now, how do you open up a search that's already been saved? Now, if I scroll down, I will see my searches. Now, if I show you where I was, on that left-hand side, go to the properties. Then you'll see your location, your hot sheet, your tours and open houses. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see my searches. So if you had something that you wanted to look at that was there, I know a lot of people don't keep theirs trimmed up. They save everything, so they have 500 searches in there. Me personally, well, it's always for Betty Buyer. So those are the ones that are always being deleted. But if I see there's Betty Buyer today, Ann Arbor, Englar, Mishrick searches, Kim Valise, Brandon, Betty Buyer from 9-8. See now, there's one that needs to be done. Confirm my delete. So you can even work on these if you wanted to clean these up a bit. But I know that's not what people generally do. Closed activity. Did we want to see anything over again? So some of the things that I absolutely love about this is the ability to see what's going on with my buyers. As soon as I open this up, this is the page that you see. There's my Brandon, scroll through. There's Debbie's 3 favorites I want to see right there. Click into that. So if you happen to be talking to them and you're like, oh, well, let's get those set up for showings. You can't select all like you can on Paragon. So I want to make sure, let's just double check. See, it's still working if we can do it for 1. Showing time. So I can add it to a showing cart. That's if I had a showing cart. So we'll create a showing cart for tomorrow afternoon. Select a buyer, Betty Buyer, okay. Of course, you know, I'm not going to get any of these approved. So now that I've got this done, I can go back to Paragon Connect, take my next one, unselect, see, now select, then throw it over to the third-party integrations. So it is a little bit more cumbersome. You'll find sometimes there is only one way to get things done. Sometimes it's the long time, contingency. Yeah, we're fine. Thanks for the notice. I greatly appreciate that. Add it to the showing cart. 12/7 and next. So that's the nice, easy way to one by one showing cart. Because once I get them in here, then I will schedule them up. Because remember, you have that drive time, letting you know how close or how far apart these listings are from each other. Okay, so you've got the one thing that I absolutely love about this is the fact that you can do a full search, a full MLS search on this with ease. That is the really cool piece that I love. Some of the stuff isn't as easy, but I do love the ability to see what my buyers are doing. Go to the home, see quickly what's going on with my buyers. And if I had sellers, they'd be all right there. I can search for a listing right at the very top. Or if I do a full MLS search, I'm going to go into properties and select my class and move from there. So there you have it. I have a question for you guys. I've got a poll I want to throw out for you. So actually, I've got a few questions I'm going to throw at you right off the bat. So if you guys would be kind enough to go ahead and vote out there for me. All right, most are not using it so far. Now 100% voted and nobody has used it yet. Okay, so I just threw a lot of information out at you today. So our next one, well, this would be a kind of, I don't know, would you enter a new listing on your phone using Paragon Connect? So that might be a yes if I had to, yes I'd love to, or heck no. I think I might want to qualify that one, if I had to. See, I really, okay. One more person to vote. Oh, we're at 50-50. All right, we got one person who did not want to answer, and we are at 50-50 on this one. Oh, she voted, she or he, sorry. Check that out. All right, this is kind of funny. See, and I told my boss I knew. I'm going to turn that off. Well, I thank you very much for attending class today. I know this is still a new product, and remember, I still believe in HomeSnap, because if the data shares break, something gets stuck in the pipeline, or it just hasn't got there yet. Because remember, listings will go out to HomeSnap first before, maybe sometimes because it's just the way it is, before getting to our MLS because of those certain data hops. It is getting better, it's getting faster. There's not a whole lot of difference in there, but just remember, if you can't find a listing, always check in HomeSnap so you can find that. Because if you can't find it in Paragon, it should be there. So go ahead and start poking into this if you need help with saving it to your desktop. I am here for you. All right, take care, and I'll get this one posted on our YouTube channel. All right, take care, everybody.